in, God has given man the job to work in the new garden, the Garden of Eden. The Garden of Eden consists of everything man needs to survive, and it is all for them. The trees in the Garden of Eden had an abundance of fruit. There is one thing in the garden that is off limits, the tree of knowledge, with the penalty of death. Man is living in the Garden of Eden, and God left man to name all the creatures that God has created. God liked what he had made and decided to make woman, and then there was Eve. Oh no, they did it! Adam and Eve ate the forbidden fruit from the forbidden tree. Now they are hiding from God. You can't hide from God. They've been cut off! God kicked Adam and Eve out of the Garden of Eden to live on their own and strive for their own food.
I believe that my clients, Adam, Eve, and the serpent, have all been judged too harshly in terms of how they acted in the Garden of Eden. The serpent was created as a cunning and deceitful animal. He did not choose the behavior that he was created with. For these reasons, he was not in complete control of his actions. In terms of Eve, she had no knowledge of right from wrong during the time that she chose to eat the fruit. We know this because eating the fruit is what gave her that knowledge. Adam was in the same situation. He had no reason to doubt Eve, and also did not know right from wrong. For these reasons, all of my clients should have their punishments reconsidered.
I have just been informed that Adam and Eve have had 2 children, Cain and Abel. Cain and Abel both showed God plentiful offerings, however, God only showed favor to Abel's offering. Cain was unimpressed with God's choice and invited Abel to go to a field with him. Just in, Cain has slaughtered Abel in the fields. We have been informed that Abel's name means vapor, probably because his life was cut short in his prime. Just in, Cain's name was given due to Eve declaring Kaniti, meaning I have gotten.
I believe my client's actions have been judged unfairly. This is because when God accepted Abel's sacrifice, he had no real reason to not accept Cain's. My client accepts and understands that murder is never acceptable and that punishment is needed, but he has also learned from his mistakes and knows that jealousy has to be kept in check. He feels that anyone in his position would get very upset, who could possibly not get upset, and even outraged, when they make a sacrifice to God that is not accepted. From this, it is clearly seen that Cain's sentence should be at least reduced, due to the fact that anyone in his position would have trouble controlling their own actions. The serpent was likely aware of the fact that he was doing something wrong, but he could not help committing his actions. It was stated that he was created as a cunning and sneaky creature. He had no decision in terms of the way that he was created. Therefore, it is entirely unfair for him to be punished so harshly, and possibly a smaller punishment would be more fair, such as having to work harder for the necessities of life for a short time. Although ignorance of the law is no excuse in any situation, it is simply unfair to be punished so harshly for a crime that they did not have control over committing. Yes, they were told not to eat from the tree, but firstly, they had no idea how harshly they would be punished. And secondly, Adam and Eve must have been ignorant from right and wrong, because eating from the tree is what gave them knowledge of right and wrong. It would have been proper for them to possibly receive a smaller punishment, such as like the serpent having to work for the necessities of life for a short while. But the punishment that they received, having to work for all eternity, for so many things in their lives, is simply unfair.